Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, slow flow practice. So bring yourself to your mat into child's pose, your version, knees together or knees wide. Let your bum settle back towards the heels. Walk the hands forward, rest your forehead down on the mat or tuck a block or blanket underneath your forehead. If you like, you can rock the hips a little bit from side to side. And then find some stillness. Allow yourself to settle in. Begin to shed off your day, wherever you're coming from. Let go of any thoughts of where you are going next and just let yourself be right here, right now, taking this time for you and for your practice. Check in and assess how you are feeling today. What do you bring to the mat with you? Thoughts, feelings, emotions, physical sensations. How does your energy feel today? Letting go of any judgment, just bringing in curiosity, a playful sense of curiosity. As always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice. And if you like, to bring that intention off of the mat and into the world with you. Taking a few nice deep breaths here in through the nose, all the way down to the pelvic floor, filling everything along the way. And as you exhale, release the breath from pelvic floor, belly back up through the nose and out. A few more deep, smooth breaths. Allowing your breath to find every corner in your body, every cell, every nook and cranny. Begin to call yourself back. Again, maybe a little wiggle of the hips from side to side. And then bring yourself to center. If the knees are together, take the knees wide. Come up onto your left finger pads. And then we'll thread the right arm underneath the body. Come down to rest on the outer right arm, right cheek, temple. And pressing those left finger pads into the mat so you're up on the finger pads. A few deep breaths here, breathing into that upper back. And then we'll plant the left hand, bring yourself back up. Take the right finger pads to the mat out in front of you, and then we'll thread that left arm underneath the body. Come down onto that left outer arm, left cheek, temple. And a few nice deep breaths here into the back body, filling up the back of the lungs. And then plant that left hand, bring that right hand, bring that left hand back to where it came from. And now bring yourself up into a table, knees come in. Hips line up over the knees, keeping the hips there. We'll begin to walk the hands forward now, coming down into puppy pose or Anahat Asana. And relax the chest, the forehead down to the mat, maybe the chin. And then slowly walk your hands back in, come back to sit on your heels. Take the fingers around behind you, interlace fingers, elbows wide, knuckles gently press into the sacrum. Then you can keep it here or begin to straighten the arms a little bit, still keeping the elbows soft, so you're not locking out through the elbows, and pulling the hands off the back, lifting up through the heart, finding expansion across the chest, and then release the hands. We'll take the fingers now, interlace behind the head, elbows wide, and lift up through the heart. And then release the arms down, reach that right arm up along the ear, take that left hand around behind you, bend the elbow, reach the left fingers up, and then bend that right elbow, reach the right fingers down, maybe they meet the left fingers, maybe they just reach towards each other. You could grab a hold of your t-shirt, right elbow reaching up. Then we'll unravel the arms, take it to the other side, reach that left arm up. Right hand reaches around behind you, bend that right elbow and reach the right fingers up the back. Bend that left elbow, drop that hand down in between the shoulder blades, and maybe you catch a hold of the right fingers. Maybe you just pretend, act as if, reach the fingers towards each other, or grab a hold of your t-shirt. Left elbow reaching up. Just being gentle, no force as always, just allow. And then release the hands. Give yourself a few shoulder shrugs or shoulder rolls. Let's take it forward into our table. Now send that right leg back behind you, hip level-ish. Keep it here, or we'll reach forward with that left arm. Keep it here, or bend that right knee, draw that foot in towards your bum, and reach back with that left hand. Press the foot into the hand, and then release. Left arm reaches forward, right leg reaches back, and then you release it back down into your table. Other side, send that left leg back, right arm forward, bend that left knee, reach back with that right hand, grab a hold of that foot, and then press the foot into the hand. And then release, bring it back through, cat balance, and come back into your table. Let's send that right leg back, hip level-ish. We'll bend that right knee now, draw that knee underneath the body, up towards nose, chest, forehead, and then step or carry that right foot up top of the mat, knee tracking over the ankle, press down into your feet, lift up through pelvic floor, through belly, arms reach up, low lunge, right hip hugs back, left hip hugs forward. Keep it here, or you can begin to bend that left knee, draw that foot up towards your bum, maybe reach back with one or both hands, pull that foot in. And then release, arms come back up. And then we'll take it back into our table, hands down, right leg back, other side, left leg back. Bend that left knee, round up through the back, step that left foot up top of the mat. Let's take it into our low lunge on this side. Press into that left foot, lift yourself up, arms reach up. You can drop the hips down a little bit, but keep that lift up through pelvic floor, up through belly. Spine nice and long, fingers reaching up. Again, you stay here, or if it's available, you can begin to bend that right knee, draw that foot up towards your bum, maybe reach back with one or both hands, grab a hold of that foot, pull it in towards your bum, and then release. Arms come back up, hands to the mat, step it back into your table. Right leg steps back. Bend that right knee, round in, right foot up top of the mat. We'll take it back up into our low lunge. And then hands come down to the mat. Pick up that left foot shin and begin to take that foot back over towards that right side of the mat. Walk yourself up, open the arms, warrior two on the hands and knees. And then we'll take the left hand over towards the other end of that mat. Begin to lift up that right leg. Coming into a half moon Ardha Chandrasana on hands and knees. Keep it here or bend that right knee. Draw the foot in towards your bum. Maybe you reach back with the right hand, grab a hold, pull it in, and then press it out. Press the foot out into the hand. And then release, re-extend that leg out. Right arm comes down, you step that right foot back up to the top of the mat. Hands come back up to the top of the mat. Spin that left foot back to where it came from and come back up through your low lunge. Hands come down, we'll step it back into our table. Send that left leg back. Bend that knee, bring it in towards the chest. Left foot steps up, we'll bring it back into low lunge. Arms reach up. Hands come down to the mat. Pick up that right knee, foot, shin, and then spin that foot around. Come over towards that left side of the mat. Lift yourself up, open the arms, warrior two. And then we take the right hand to the other end of the mat. Begin to lift up that left leg, extend that left leg out. Left hand reaches up, keep it here or bend that left knee, draw that foot in towards your bum, pull it in, press the foot out into the hand. And then release, extend the leg back out. Bring it back up in to your low lunge. Right foot, right shin spins back in to where it started. Press into that left foot, lift it up, low lunge. Hands down to the mat, step it back. Table pose, let's bring the bum all the way back to the heels, little child's pose, and then back up into table tuck toes. Send your hips up and back into your downward dog. Find whatever movement you like, pedaling legs, bending, straightening knees, rocking side to side, back and forth. Whatever feels right. Crouch yourself down. Let's send that right leg up. Three-legged dog. Bend that right knee. Begin to shift yourself forward, core plank. Now hug that right knee over towards the left side. Begin to turn and drop that left foot to the mat. We'll extend that right leg out towards the left side of the mat. Press into that right hand. Left arm reaches up. So right leg is hovering, really strong down through that right hand. And then we'll bend that right knee, draw it in towards the chest, take that left hand back to the mat, and then flip yourself over. So left foot now points towards the right side of the mat. Press into the left hand, reach that right knee, right arm up. Right hand comes back down, extend that right leg back. Three-legged dog and release. Crouch it down, left leg up. Bend that left knee, take it forward. Core plank, knee to chest. Hug that left knee over towards the right side. Root into that left hand. Right arm reaches up as you extend that left leg over towards the right side of the mat. Right hand comes back down. Flip that right foot over towards the other side of the mat. Press into that right hand. Left knee, left arm reaching up. Really strong through the right finger pads. Lifting up through that right armpit. Bring it back. Three-legged dog, left leg up, and release. Crouch down, right leg up. Bend that knee, take it forward, core plank. Step that right foot through. We'll drop that left heel to the mat. Hug the right hip back and begin to lift yourself up. Warrior one. Few deep breaths. Interlace fingers at the back. Elbows bent, or you bring the arms a little straighter, pull the arms off the back. Lift up through the heart. Release the hands, arms up. Hands down to the mat. Step yourself back to plank. Drop knees down. Lower down, pubic bone, belly. All the way down you come. Press into fingers, toes, and lift your heart up. Baby cobra. Release. Tuck toes. Send it back. Downward dog. Crouch down. Send the left leg up. Three-legged dog. Bend that left knee. Shift it forward. Core plank. We'll step that left foot through. Turn. Drop that right heel to the mat. 45-ish degrees. Bend into that left knee. Press down into the feet. Lift yourself up. Left hip hugs back. Arms reach up. Interlace fingers at low back, elbows bent, or you bring the arms straight. Pull the hands up off of the back. And then release, arms up. Hands to the mat. Step yourself back to plank. Drop knees. Lower yourself down. Lift it up. Cobra, baby cobra or full cobra. Release it down. Tuck toes. Send it back to down dog. Step or hop up top of your mat. Fold in, ragdoll. Halfway lift, flat back. Fold yourself in, press into the earth, rise up. Palms together, overhead, hands to heart. Reach up. Fold it in. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, we'll step it back to plank. Now either drop your knees, lower yourself down to the belly, move through your cobra, or we'll take it into chaturanga, low push-up, and then upward dog. Roll forward on your toes, bend your elbows, lower yourself about halfway down, belly lifted. Shoulders above the elbows. Then come on to tops of the feet, keep thighs lifted, pull your heart forward, upward dog. We'll all meet back in downward dog. From your downward dog, crouch it down, send left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend that left knee, shift it forward, core plank, step left foot through. Drop the right heel to the mat, hug that left hip back, lift it up. Warrior one. Interlace fingers at the low back, elbows bent, or you bring the arms a little bit straighter. Begin to take the weight forward into that left foot. Begin to shift yourself forward. Lift that right leg up and back. Warrior three with the hands clasped behind you. Could release the hands if you need to. Or maybe reach the arms back, airplane wings. Step right foot back, release hands, take arms up, warrior one. Hands to the mat, step yourself back to plank. And move through your vinyasa, your choice. Or you just meet us in downward dog. Other side, crouch down. Right leg up. Bend that right knee, hug it into the chest, shift it forward, core plank, right foot steps through, drop the left heel, press into the feet, lift up through the belly, arms reach up, warrior one, interlace hands at the low back, And take the weight forward into that right foot. Begin to lift up from the belly. Send that left leg back. Warrior three. Might have a bend in that standing leg. Keep the hands clasped or reach the arms back and wide. And then take it back. Left foot back to the mat. Bring it back up into your warrior one. Hands to the mat. Step it back to plank. Find your flow. Meeting in downward dog. Step or hop it up. Top of your mat. Fold it in. Halfway lift, flat back. Fold in. Press into the earth. Rise up. Palms together. Hands back to heart. Reach up. Fold it in. Halfway lift. Plant your hands down. Step back to plank. Find your flow. From your downward dog, walk your hands back to meet your feet. Ragdoll at the back of the mat. You can grab the elbows if you like. Maybe sway the arms, sway the hips, shake out the head. Bring yourself back to center. Press into the feet. Come all the way up to stand. Reach that left arm up along the ear. Soften the knees. Take the weight into that left foot. Begin to bend that right knee. Pull that right foot up towards your bum. And then reach back with the right hand. Grab a hold of that right foot. If you can't grab the foot, you could act as if. Just imagine it. Or you could use a strap here. And then either stay here or begin to tip the torso forward and kick the foot out into the hand behind you. Find your drishti. And then we'll bring it up. And release the hand, release the foot. Other side, right arm reaches up. Soften the knees, take weight into that right foot. Begin to pick up that left foot, bend the knee, tuck that foot up behind you. Grab a hold of that foot. Hold it here, or begin to tip it forward. Torso tips forward. Right fingers reach forward. Left foot presses out into that left hand. King Dancer. Nataraj Asana. And then we take it back. Release the arm down, release the foot. Take the arms out to the sides and up, palms together overhead. Soften the knees, fold yourself in. Bend your knees a lot, get hands down on the mat, step it back into downward dog. Walk it out, pedal it out. Or just stay here for a few breaths, finding some stillness in your down dog. We'll drop knees to the mat, take the knees wide, bum back to the heels, come up onto your left finger pads. Let's thread that right arm underneath the body again. And then plant that left hand, bring yourself back to center. Switch to the other side, come up onto right finger pads, left arm threads underneath the chest, coming onto outer left arm, cheek, temple. And then plant the right palm, bring yourself back to center, bring the knees back together. Let's take hands around behind you, interlace fingers, elbows wide. Maybe you bring the arms straight or pull the arms off the back. And then release the hands. Now reach the hands up, interlace fingers behind the head, and lift the heart as you lay the head back into the hands. Palms together at your heart. Close your eyes. Come back to your breath. And come back to our intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with ourselves. Release the hands down. Flutter the eyes open. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. With love and gratitude, namaste.